Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Today, we're kicking off a brand new series called Introduction to Blocks. Throughout this series, we'll be exploring 4 types of blocks available in our Appmaker dashboard: image-based blocks, design blocks, product blocks, and advanced blocks. In this particular video, we'll be diving deep into image-based blocks. I'll explain what they are and provide you with a step-by-step tutorial on how to use them. To ensure clarity and ease of understanding, I've prepared some custom assets that will be featured throughout the video. So, without further ado, let's get started. Image-based blocks encompass various types such as banners, grids, image scrollers, image sliders, and menus. Let's begin with the banner block. Drag and drop a banner widget onto the canvas. The banner widget stands out as a single image-based block. To upload an image into the banner, you can either click the Upload button or simply drag and drop the image from your files. For now, I'll demonstrate the drag and drop method. Regarding the recommended size for the banner image, it's advisable to have a width of 720 pixels, while the height can be adjusted according to your preferences. Once the image is uploaded, you can also replace it by using the Replace Image button. Next, let's move on to adding a grid block. Drag and drop the grid block onto the canvas. The grid block functions as a multi-image-based block, essentially creating a grid of images within the app. To upload design assets, you have 2 options. Either click the plus icon and upload each image individually, or select all the images as a bundle and simply drag and drop them onto the widget. Similar to what we did with the grid block. Within the grid block, you can assign actions to each image individually. In the Style section, you'll find multiple styling options. The Replace Image button allows you to replace each image separately. A slider is available to adjust the number of columns in a row. Additionally, you can use the arrow buttons. The maximum number of columns is 5, while the minimum is 1. Regarding the size of each image, for a 2-column grid, the ideal size is half the width of 720 pixels. For a 3-column grid, the ideal size is 1/3 of 720 pixels. These are the recommended sizes, with a total width of 720 pixels, but feel free to adjust the height as needed. You'll also find an Enable Gap option. When toggled on, it adds a small gap between the images. Otherwise, all the images will appear stitched together. To provide a title for the entire grid block, use the Show Grid Title option. For now, I'll name it Collection. Additionally, you can add a View More button to the grid block. This can be used to direct the user to a collection page or any other relevant page. Assign an action to the button to enable this functionality. Furthermore, you can give titles to each image using the Show Image Title toggle. For example, you can assign the same title using this option. However, since I have already added titles to the images themselves, I won't be using this feature. To summarize, you have the ability to assign titles and actions to each image individually. That's the grid block in a nutshell. Next, let's incorporate an image scroller. Drag and drop an image scroller widget onto the canvas. The image scroller is another multi-image-based block that allows manual scrolling of the images. Adding images follows a similar process as before. you can click the plus button or select images as a bundle from your files and drag and drop them onto the widget. Regarding the size guide for the image scroller, we still recommend a total size of 720 pixels. To determine the width of each image, divide 720 pixels by the total number of images you want to display on the screen. For instance, if you want 3 images on the screen, each image should have a width equivalent to 1/3 of 720 pixels. If you want to show 3.5 images, you can use either 1/3 or 1/4 of 720 pixels as the ideal width for each image. You can also assign actions to each image individually. Furthermore, you have the option to add a title to the image scroller. Toggle the Show Title option and input the desired title. As an example, I'll name it Collections. You can also include a Show More button and assign a call to action to it. The Enable Gap toggle can be used to add space between each image, but I won't be utilizing it this time. One of the standout features is the Block Height slider. Use this slider to easily adjust the height of the image scroller. You can choose any size here. The size you set will determine what is displayed on the first screen of the mobile app. For example, I'll set the height as 140. On the first screen, it will show the first 3 full images and half of the 4th image. The height of the image can be designed in any size you prefer. As mentioned earlier, divide 720 pixels by the total number of images you want to display on the screen. Moving on, we have the Image Slider block. Let's add a slider block to the canvas. The image slider is another multi-image-based block with an automatic scroll action. You can also scroll manually. To add images, you can use the plus icon or drag and drop the images from the containing folder, similar to what we did with the previous blocks. This block displays one full image at a time, so the width of each image should be less than or equal to 720 pixels, while the height can vary. Actions can be assigned to each image separately. The block includes pagination, and within the Styling tab, you'll find options to hide, change the color, and center align the pagination. The color of the pagination can be customized using the color selector. The Center Pagination option allows you to align the pagination in the center. Otherwise, it will appear on the left side. You also have the option to hide the pagination. When toggled on, it will not be displayed. Finally, let's explore the menu block. Drag and drop a menu block onto the canvas. The menu block is a multi-image-based list block. To add a list of products or collections as a menu, click the plus button and input the names of the collections. For example, let's add jeans, shirts, and t-shirts as the collection names. This will be displayed as a list of collections in our mobile app. You can add thumbnail images in the Styling tab. To do this, select the Upload button and choose the image from your files. Since my first collection is jeans, I'll add a thumbnail image of a pair of jeans. If necessary, you can also use the Replace Image button to swap the image. Let's repeat the process for the remaining collections. Actions can be assigned to each collection individually. Additionally, you can enable the Show Title option to provide a title for the entire menu block. For example, I'll name this menu Collections. I have set the size of the thumbnail images as 100 x 100 pixels. It's recommended to use sizes that are less than or equal to 100 x 100 pixels. Now, let's save our progress. And there you have it. These are the image-based blocks available in Appmaker's App Builder. That concludes our tutorial for today. Thank you for watching.